Born in 1820, in a world that told women to stay quiet and obedient, Susan B. Anthony was anything but. Raised in a Quaker household where equality was a virtue, she was taught early on that every human soul carried equal worth, regardless of gender, race, or class. She would grow up to become one of the fiercest voices in American history, fighting not with weapons, but with words, votes, petitions, and a belief that justice could not wait.
Before she was a national icon, Susan was a schoolteacher. She quickly saw firsthand how women were paid a fraction of what men earned. She knew she was just as capable, just as intelligent, but her society refused to see her that way. That injustice ignited a fire. Susan B. Anthony would spend the rest of her life battling a system that denied women the most basic rights, the right to vote, to own property, to be recognized as full citizens under the law. She wasn't just fighting for herself, she was fighting for millions.
In 1851, Susan met Elizabeth Cady Stanton, a brilliant writer and mother of 7. Their meeting wasn't just historic, it was electric. Together, they formed a partnership that would become the engine of the American women's suffrage movement. Stanton wrote, Anthony organized. Stanton gave speeches, Anthony printed pamphlets and distributed them by hand. They traveled the country, often sleeping on train benches and facing crowds that shouted them down. But they never stopped. Susan once said, "Forget conventionalities, forget what the world thinks of you stepping out of your place, think your best thoughts, speak your best word, work your best works." And that's exactly what she did.
She wasn't always welcomed. Crowds hissed. Newspapers mocked her. Clergy denounced her. But she stood her ground, demanding that the 14th and 15th Amendments, which gave rights to black men, also apply to women. In 1872, she took a stand that would change history. Susan B. Anthony voted in a federal election in Rochester, New York, illegally. Days later, she was arrested. At her trial, she was found guilty and fined $100. She never paid it. She never backed down.
Anthony spent over 50 years fighting for women's suffrage. She founded the National Women's Suffrage Association, gave more than 75 speeches a year, and published a monumental 6-volume history of the women's movement. She lobbied presidents, lawmakers, and even queens. Yet, she would not live to see the day women gained the right to vote. When she died in 1906, the movement still faced fierce resistance. But her legacy was unstoppable.
In 1920, 14 years after her death, the 19th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution was ratified, giving women the right to vote. It was known unofficially as the Susan B. Anthony Amendment, a tribute to the woman who had fought so long, so hard, and so bravely. She didn't see it. But her fingerprints were on every line of it.
Today, Susan B. Anthony stands as a symbol, not just of feminism, but of resilience, defiance, and faith in a better world. Her name is etched in monuments. Her face has appeared on currency. But her true legacy lies in the millions of women who now raise their voices, cast their votes, and lead without fear. She taught the world that laws can change. Minds can evolve. But only if someone dares to begin the fight. And she did.